Good evening. Welcome to the 1997 Spring Concert. We're going to start off with our symphonic band, and we'll be playing a piece called Symphonia 6. It has 4 movements based on parts of the earth. Listen to your program there. This is Symphonia 6. The next piece, and one piece later on in the program, it's my honor to introduce an alumnus of Washington Community High School. Here at the high school, he's both well-known for a musician as well as a strong basketball player. In fact, he could tell you the story. He almost went into the basketball if it weren't for some teachers that kind of led him back to music. And so he went to Michigan, studied at Michigan, and then he taught in Ohio, both at the high school and then also the collegiate level. And for the past 24 years, he's been at the University of Oklahoma, director of bands there, directing the marching band and also overseeing the concert band program. Please welcome to the podium, Mr. Gene Thrakill.
I wanted to say a couple words. I thought I might do it before I conduct. Afterwards, I might not be able to. My students, I don't get older. I just at a different maturity level than most of them. It's really good to be home. In the last 15 years, I told the students this morning, I probably conducted and adjudicated in 90% of the states in the United States. And since April the 15th, I've heard 47 high school bands. And I just want you to know how heartwarming it is for me to be here and to know that things are well and alive in Washington, Illinois. These kids are tremendous. And if they, I told them this morning, if they and you don't appreciate the work that is being done by Jim Tallman and Laura Ream, shame on you.
This year was the first time in WCHS band history, as far as I could find, that we took 2 concert bands to state organizational contests. And being the first time that we took 2, it was nice that the first time we took 2 groups out, both groups received a Division I rating. So both the second group, the Winds, and the band both received a Division I, as well as the jazz ensemble, and combined with the choral scores, this is the first, again, for our school history. We combine these scores with our solo and ensemble scores, and then they rank us in the sports, IHSA Sports Administration, according to other schools our size. And in schools, Class A, which is around, how many? Oh, yeah. 140 schools, we ranked 5th in the state. You should be proud of the young men and women sitting here and have gone upstairs. They worked hard to achieve this for our school. Next, the last piece, just to mention, The Visions of Flight, was written by Robert Sheldon, who is director of bands at East Peoria Community High School. He was a nationally known composer. We played a couple of his works before. The last piece that the band will play is a piece by Elliot Del Borgo entitled Genesis, and this will be conducted by our choir director, who took 4 groups to contest, all receiving Division I ratings also. So here is Mrs. Laura Ream. At this time, I'd like to reintroduce Mr. Gene Thrakill, who has a presentation to make. Mr. Thrakill?
It's nice to know that some things in Washington never change. The acoustics in this gymnasium, and how much the band looks forward to the Memorial Day parade. The last time I was in this gymnasium was at the spring concert of my senior year. I then left for the University of Michigan, and every year at Christmas time, I'd make a beeline for the band room to see Frances Whittaker and to bore her with all the exciting things in my life, and she just took it and smiled. Little did I know that 41 years later, I would be back here to pay tribute to her and the contribution she's made to Washington community and to this high school. I came back for the first time, I'm ashamed to say, last summer and met Jim Tolman, and we talked about things, and I went to see Dr. DeFall about establishing a scholarship or doing something in her name. It was there was a painful realization at that time that no one at this school, and I'm not trying to be negative, no one at this school had a name recognition of this great lady, let alone remember her contributions. And I felt that that was wrong. So even though it may be about 20 years too late, we established a scholarship fund in her name. I went home and tried to think of all the things I wanted to say about this woman, and my wife, let me pick the right words here, encouraged me, knowing how passionate I can get and how long I can talk, encouraged me to write things down. So if you excuse me, I'm going to read some of this. I left town and with the inception of the scholarship there, and then I left all the work to a few people. Judy Cook just took over and did everything for me, along with the help of my mother, Bernice Threlkill, and they, every graduating class from 1944, I think, to 1968, with the exception of 2, were contacted, and with the help of Carol Madden at the First Bank of Washington, I'm proud to announce that we have raised $11,394.76. That money will be used as principal, and with the endowment sufficient to assure the assurance of this award forever. My only stipulation in establishing that award was I get to be here to give out the first one. I did not realize what a bonus it would be to work with these fine young people and with Jim and Laura today, and I appreciate very much their putting up with me. I think I can speak personally and for the music faculty and the administration here at WCHS when I personally thank all of you, all of Miss Witt's students and friends that have contributed to this scholarship endowment. The one prayer last summer that I have prayed for the last year was, it has come to pass. Miss Witt, at the young age of 88, is with us this evening. Along with her are some of her family, Dr. Lauren Whittaker from Peoria, his son, Dr. Lauren Whittaker Jr., and his wife, Becky. Marilyn Whittaker came from Champaign. And I know there's many, many students and friends of Miss Witt that are here this evening. And I would like to just thank all of you for being here to share this with us. I had the opportunity this morning to speak to the band and the 2 bands in the choir a little bit about Miss Witt. And as I've traveled the United States over a number of years, I've tried to leave as much as I can as I speak to banquets and things. One thing that kind of has fallen upon me, and things that I forgot to do when I was whatever age, and that is, in all of our lives, there is a handful of people, or maybe 1 or 2 people, that have really made a difference in our life. Hopefully this is your mother or father, your church, your minister. Heaven forbid it might be a teacher. That was my case. More than likely, we have forgotten to thank these individuals, and I encourage the students this morning that to go back to that special person, whoever it may be, and it's never too late to say thank you. I'm 40 years too late, but I'm here tonight to say thank you. And we're here to express our appreciation and our eternal gratitude to an individual that made a difference in many, many lives at WCHS. Frances Whittaker taught band from 1944 to 1960. I think marching band got the best of her, and she continued conducting the choir until 1968. While here, she was a violinist in the Peoria Symphony Orchestra. She conducted a women's chorus here in Washington. I went back to my 1956 yearbook, and I counted there were 461 students at Washington High School. 52% of those students were in band or choir. That can't be done today, but I think it just kind of gives you a little indication of what kind of lady this was and how much the students thought of her and wanted to be in her classes. For the sake of brevity, I'd like to just read to you. We've got a plaque that we're going to hang in the choir room and in the band room. We'll have it at the reception afterwards, but I'd like to just simply read to you the inscription on the plaque. It says, "Respectfully known as Miss Witt, she is a kind, quiet, and always observant educator who divulged her subtle humor with that unmistakable twinkle in her eye. During her 24-year tenure at WCHS, there was no greater role model for students or faculty. Her passion for teaching, for the art of music, and the ability to motivate students gained her respect throughout the Washington community and the state of Illinois. A scholarship in her honor will be awarded each spring to a sophomore or junior who has displayed outstanding musical and leadership qualities. This scholarship enables the student to attend a summer music camp. Miss Witt's students and friends trust this scholarship will not only strengthen the WCHS band and choral programs, but preserve the inspirational legacy of a grand lady." The scholarship guidelines were drawn up and established with the assistance of Dr. DeFaw and Laura Ream and Jim Tallman. The committee was selected, and the recipients from applications made from the choir and band students. And it's my pleasure tonight to award the first of many annual awards, Francis Whitaker Scholarship, to a student to attend a summer camp this summer. This morning, I had the pleasure of going and talking to the choir students, and at that time we announced the choir recipient, who is also here this evening in the band, and that's Eric Bell. The band recipient to receive the $300 scholarship is Stevie Smith. I'd like to announce that there's a reception afterwards in Miss Witt's honor. I hope many of you can attend it. And I would like to express my appreciation for the Band Boosters Association, who is putting on this reception. I've looked forward to tonight probably as much as anything I have in a long time. As I say, I haven't been back for 41 years to do this. It's very enlightening to me to see that young people never change. When people say that we're in trouble in this world, the young people don't sell young people short. I don't have to tell mom and dad that, but it's been a very special evening for me personally, and I would like to make a final statement on behalf of all the students, the thousands of students that are under Francis Whitaker's tutelage. Miss Witt, you'll always be remembered and cherished by every one of your kids, and we love you very much.
We've come to our third and final set. This next piece, again, something new for our program, where we got to commission a piece to give their first performance of it in the world. This is the premiere performance of the following piece. And if we could trade the circumstances to get to commission this piece, we'd do so in a minute. This piece was written for and dedicated to a friend we lost 2 years ago, a freshman by the name of Brandon Laveau. He was a freshman band member and had an accident and was taken from us. The students sent some letters to a composer named Andrew Boyson. Those of you that have been around the band department as long as I have, we played a piece by his my first year entitled I Am, a moving piece written for also in memory of a student. He took these letters from students last year, came up with some ideas, and the final idea came up with was Brandon's Rainbow, because on the day of the funeral, rainbows were seen. The piece is very programmatic. The opening section, you'll see, you probably won't be able to see, but throughout the band, there's percussionists with various sorts of maracas, rain sticks, and this is to give the effect of a drizzle, rainy day. Then, the piece portrays the accident and its harshness. But then, after the accident, again, a drizzle day, and then as the clouds start to move, instruments portraying beams of light come through until the rainbow is visualized. Throughout the piece, interjecting at the beginning and in the middle and the end, is a solo trumpet voice up in the corner. And I consider that to be Brandon's spirit as it goes from this and is still a part of us throughout this piece. If you recognize parts of the melody, another thing that was connected to this piece, the first three notes of this melody that's passed around is from another famous rainbow song, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. He used the first three notes to create the motive that you'll hear back and forth. A song that is very hard for us to perform, but we desperately need to. I present the world premiere of Brandon's Rainbow by Andrew Boyson Jr. Next Tuesday is the band banquet. We're doing something new. Instead of having it after and making it a long night, we'll have a special night for band banquet. We encourage you to come. Everybody receives an award of some sort. If they've been in the band as a first year, second year, or third year member, they have special awards for them. It's not just a senior night, but we do honor our seniors. Speaking of seniors, I will say a lot more at the band banquet. I can't say enough. This is my class that I went through. This is my senior year. I'm seniors with my second senior year here at high school with these seniors. As a first-year teacher, you make a lot of mistakes. As a second-year teacher, you make a lot of mistakes. As a third-year teacher, you make a lot of mistakes. And as a fourth-year teacher. But these people stuck with it, and we even had some people that came in part way and gave me a shot and gave me a chance. So they're very close to my heart. And I hope that some of you can make it to the band banquet. I can say some more things and nice, kind things and some funny things about these seniors behind us. But at this time, I'd like to just read through the list. If you could stand up, please. And then after they're all up, I'd like to recognize them. First, on baritone, John Ackerman. Bass clarinet, Kathy Barnes. Flautist, Carrie Beckwith. Percussionist, Pete Byler. Flautist, Jenny Clark. Clarinet, Nate Dans. French horn, used to be a clarinet, Angie Doherty. Oboist, Jenny Doring. Tuba, Grant Essig. Trombone, Craig Fitzpatrick. Percussionist, Tammy Guston. Flautist, Renee Kinsinger. Percussionist, guard turned percussionist, Katie Meredith. Tuba, saxophone, used to be a saxophone, helped me out, turned into tuba player, Jeremiah Miller. Flautist, Joan Parrish. Trombonist, Josh Russell. Baritone, Mike Scheid. Used to be a trumpet, turned into tuba, Tim Smith. Trumpet into baritone, Tom Stinson. Percussionist, Nick Strubar. Flautist, Gina Tranel. Percussionist, Anton Valensik. Trumpet player, David Vaughn. Clarinetist, Janica Wetzel. Guard turned percussionist, Megan White. Color guard turned percussionist, Carrie Williams. And I'm not sure if they're here, but color guard, Tara Buckingham. And Missy Polson. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1997 WCHS Band. Last awards night, we passed out two of our awards that are annual and elected by the rest of the members of the band, and that's our Louis Armstrong and John Philip Sousa Award. I'd like to announce those. The Jazz Award, Louis Armstrong, Mr. Josh Russell. And the John Philip Sousa Award this year went to Janica Wetzel. Can't have a concert without a march. I'd like to close with one of our favorites, the Washington Post March by John Philip Sousa.